everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. We are back, and in the last episode, we set up this little area here with an evil shark flying above us. And what we have is a hydroponic bed that currently is getting us inferium, which is great, because I think there was something we wanted to do. We wanted to make some seeds or something, probably. That's all going into the system, so we should have some, and hopefully more on its way, which is great. The follow-up, though, is this guy here. So we have a hydroponic simulation processor. And as you can see, there's a yellow bar that fills up as more and more farmings take place, I guess. And each time that goes up, I guess, the potential drops increases. So currently, we have 1.81 times inferium essence per harvest, which is, I guess, pretty good. And so once that gets high enough, we can chuck it in here somewhere. I think it goes into this spot here. And if we put the right seed into this spot, so we'd put, the inferium into there, it would go boom. Awesome. That's exactly what it would do. Okay, so if we search at mystical, yeah. See, now, my issue, right, is that, yeah, we can grow a crazy amount of inferium, but we can also get, like, a bee that just gives us insanium. It's a 10% chance, but it's a 10% chance to get Insanium. 4 Insanium essence. Like, I'm pretty sure that's an insane amount of inferium. To where it's, like, crazy value. But that's, of course, assuming that you can get it. Meaning, assuming you can get an Insanium bee. The Insanium bee... Well, we probably will do that. Like, I think it is the play. But an Insanium bee needs all this stuff, so not the cheapest thing ever. And it needs a Supremium Bee Spawn Egg, which needs all that stuff, which needs an Imperium, which needs that stuff, which needs a Tertium, which needs that stuff, which needs a Prudentium, which needs that stuff, which needs an Inferium, which needs this stuff, which is fine, and a Prosperity Bee Spawn Egg, which is made from Prosperity. So, you gotta make a Prosperity Bee, you gotta crunch them all up into honey treats to get your Prosperity Honey Treat. And then follow this chain of command to get all the way to the top. So, cool. Now, and oh, he attacked us and we got struck by lightning. A few things. One is, oh no, I just closed my browser. Let me open it up because somebody gave a really good suggestion and I forgot to write their name down. It was, drum roll please, another drum roll. One more drum roll. Judders suggested this guy, the ME Import Export Bus. So, we'll see if we can make the ingredients for it. We'll make an Import Export Bus, and we'll give it a go. Now, what it's meant to do is it's meant to do everything from one side. So instead of having this set up, instead of being like, oh no, we're not getting enough resources, this Import Export Bus just, it's good at what it does. So, let's pull this apart a little bit. Huh. What? Huh. Now, on a scale of 1 to this feels like a problem, what are we thinking we're at? Oh, there we go. Now, I will say, in regards to like a visual bug like that, I am using an AMD graphics card. So, if things are different this episode, I might switch back to the other one. I've got both of them installed at the moment. But I just wanted to see like what it's like. In terms of, can it run shaders? It looks like you can. It's not too old of a graphics card, but I don't know. I was curious, and so I wonder if like some of these visual bugs are caused by that because I don't think we've encountered that before. You know what I mean? And I haven't updated the pack since last episode, so maybe I'm not certain. But anyhow, we have a connector here. We have our import export bus. We connect our smart cable, and it's ready. So we want to grab an induction card. This is what lets us put energy into the system. So currently, he's doing pretty good. Let's break this. He's still just getting power. Is this... What's going on here? Is this providing power despite me telling it not to? Or... Right, that's... I mean, it's out of water, but I mean, it's still got power. Huh. Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh, that broke. Strange. Let's open this guy. Let's search water, drag in water, boom. Huh. And it just works? Interesting. Now, as you can see, we don't get a crazy amount. That's apparently because there's not much water going in there. Okay, sure. Let's grab some acceleration cards. We've got plenty of those. Let's chuck them in. Okay. Now there's plenty of water, as we can see. It's still not generating as fast as it was. I guess we need to add ether gas to make sure that that stays filled up. Let's see if that worked. Yep. And then I'm just confused. Like, I guess we don't have the Soul Forger set up. That's probably why the speed's not going crazy. But, like, it just provides power, I guess. Unless, oh, you know what? I probably put a gate underneath. Yeah, I did. Let's break the ender gate, if I can figure out how to play the game. Here we go. So that's broken. Cool. Let's then head back up. So now it's out of power. Awesome. That's apparently a good thing. We chuck in our induction card. Oh, no. Are we chucking our induction card here? No, he won't accept an induction card. Maybe. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I swear that there was, like, Forge Energy as a thingy-mabobby. You know what I mean? So I think that you might be able to just find energy on the side here. And we can just, like, drag it in. Possibly. I'm pretty sure it's, like, green, almost. What should be on the second page? And we decide to go the other way around. No, I don't see it. Okay. Well, can I... Oh, look at this! Right-click to set Forge Energy. So because this stores power in it, we can right-click, and now power's there, which means power's here. Now, what's the problem? It's very clearly not fast enough at all. This is with one Soul Surge thing. So, what's that about? What do I export the first item until the network's empty, then try the next ones? Export using round robin. Does that change something somehow? I mean, we pumped it full of acceleration cards. I don't think anything else would change anything. The only thing I can think of is if somehow... Oh, sorry. Would be if somehow right-clicking on this would provide more power. You know what I mean? I mean, it definitely looks like it's sped up. I do wonder... Do we think this is doing anything? Let's remove this and double-check that it wasn't just that it was... Yeah, I think it was just amping up, you know? Because it looks kind of the same as it was before. Interesting. Okay. And so, in terms of what we're getting, I mean, it looks like it can run. Now, I do wonder if chucking more of these guys on is going to cripple this entire operation. Let's pick up these. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll see where... Oh! Okay. Yep, we're good. That was a big freeze. Chuck that there. Do we have another Soul Surge? That would be quite beneficial because I want to do one underneath so it's even faster. Boom, boom, boom. Place that guy there. Brilliant. Okay. And then the neat thing with these guys is they connect on the sides. So you place one there and it connects. Place one there. Place one there. And now everything's connected, meaning this guy is going insanely fast. And I guess the question is whether Applied Energistics can, like, catch up. Which, I'll be honest, it feels like it can't. Like, the water's fine. The ether gas is fine. It's just the power that... Can I put, like, a... I wish I could put, like, a energy capacity in here. You know what I mean? Industrial foregoing. At foregoing. Is there any sort of extra energy? I know there's like efficiencies and stuff, but I almost wanted like proper actual storage. Efficiency, processing, cool. Okay. What if I soul forged the import export? I don't think that's how that works, but I mean, look, I probably could just try. We'll use one eventually somewhere else, I'm sure. So if I chuck this guy here and then just chuck that there. Doesn't really look like it, does it? I don't think so. I don't think that's working. Okay. Is there anything else we can do that we can think of? Great question. But I don't know. There is one thing. Just Dire Things has a energy transmitter that we've used. This guy here, it's called an energy transmitter. It's pretty good. Celestium. Do we not have Celestium? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's go pattern encoding terminal. Oh, pattern encoding terminal. Yep, cool. And then, oh, sorry, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. And then let's go automate that. Well, hold on. These guys sometimes have crazy weapons. He just has fire immunity. Okay. Cool. Yeah, sometimes they have like mending and like unbreaking 12 and stuff like that. I want to go down here where we automate stuff here with this pattern provider, which is making the liquid, with this pattern provider that makes the other stuff. Cool. So I want the raw stuff. So if we search raw Celestium into here, that is going to be what we make. And it is made with a block of diamond, which I should be able to just place there. Right. One raw ferrocore from one block of iron. Cool. So if we chuck that there, do I need to tell any of these to do anything? No, he's already hooked up. Okay. So, energy transmitter. Huh. Why? This is different because the ferrocore you actually get, the Celestium stuff, whatever this is, you don't actually get that. You get the thing straight from it. You get this fresh off the thing. I think. So like I think if I chuck that in there, we can order this. That should transform. Hopefully. If we cross our fingers. I clearly don't have enabled whatever's meant to allow me to see that. Unless, I mean, he's activated. I'm using Euphoria. I've got integrated PB. Oh, I guess I'll gobble that up. Is there anything else I'm missing in here? I don't know what it would be called. I don't know. And this guy can collect that, which means I can drop that. And we actually got 3 from this. But I'll leave it as 1. Because if we have more, then we have more. And I think that's just a win-win. And a transmitter, which is right here. Cool. Energy transmitter. So, we'll give this guy a go. Because he should be able to do it wirelessly. Which means that we can have like the soul forge all around it. The other option was an entangler porter. There was also suggested in the comments, so we'll possibly try that out as well. Let's try this though. Power. So, if we go at the top and say extract, then this guy fills up. Cool. If we increase the radius as much as we can, as you can see, power is being sent somewhere already. But more importantly, it should be going here as well. and that's that. In terms of whether it's fast or not, well, I don't really know. I'm seeing 4s and 3s and 2s. Like it looks pretty fast. And then if I just do this, 3s and 2s. We don't see any 4. Oh, we saw 1 4 there. I feel like it looked faster before. Is that placebo? No, it's totally faster. Meaning this is totally working. Cool. Okay. So what we can probably do is pick this up, put it a little bit more uniformly in the room because it does like a 5x5 or something. So I don't know. We'll place it there. Cool. That's already hooked up. It's doing its thing. Awesome. This guy's getting power as well, which is great. Everyone's getting power. Power for all. And what do we reckon? So another thing I can do is I can speed this guy up. This is a real test because this multiplies the speed ridiculously. And yet we kind of don't see a difference. And I think that's because we're still just limited by power. So possibly we get more energy transmitters. Thoughts? and then increase this radius. Oh. Now, are they feeding each other? They're feeding each other. Let's make sure that we've got that to extract and that to extract. I wonder if you can like whitelist, like, hey, oh, you can deny. So on the if this is a deny list, can I drag in an energy transmitter, and they won't? This guy won't transmit to. Oh, I think so. So if I drag this here, he no longer sends stuff there. Oh, awesome. So they don't do this wasteful. I mean, it's not wasteful, but it's just a waste of time, I guess. Little dance. Cool. Is there no way to? I'm holding shift and control and trying to get it to jump up faster, but it's not really doing it. Okay, so. Is this any faster now? You can see there's almost like a... It stays here permanently. You know what I mean? Like a third of the way up. Oh, wow. Look at the bar. The bar just had a party. It was like all the way over there, wasn't it? I don't even know how that happened. Cool. Let's do this. All right. Anything noticeable? I mean, I'm seeing 5s and stuff. I definitely saw a 5, yeah. Okay. Now, the reason why we want this guy specifically to be as fast as we are doing it is because he makes the seeds better, or he makes the processor better. So, you know, I guess we want it better. The thing that I don't get, though, right, is this guy... we've put a decent amount of effort, I think, to get this guy running, right? I think he's going decently fast. And yet we're almost at 2 times for the drops. Meaning, if I had have just made 2, I think it would have been faster and better. And the benefit of that is that if I have the infrastructure to make 2, I can probably make 3 and 4 and 5 faster than I can make a 2nd and 3rd and 4th of these processes. So I don't really know. I don't really know what to make of this, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's get an importer. We'll get an extended importer. Chuck this guy here. Hook him up. Cool. He's starting to do his job. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What? That's fine. Okay, cool. Shall we give it a shot? He's almost at 2. I reckon we can give it a shot. So let's take this out. Let's chuck this in here. Let's search for inferium, because we might as well just make a new seed. They're not the hardest things to make. Pow. And then chuck that guy in there. And so he made 10. And now he made 10. Yeah. Okay. So, well, okay. The benefit of this guy, though, he doesn't need ether. He doesn't need water. He just needs power. Okay. I can sort of get behind that. That makes more sense to me. Okay. So, cool. So if we still want to, you know, really pop off here, we want more soul surges. They're still clearly the top dog. Let's order this and then order like 100 pistons. Cool. Get a couple of these. Let's I'll put that underneath probably. I think providing the power just with a blazing ender gate is just better. It's my view on it anyway. Slap this, and then attempt to get more. What are these called? Soul pipe. Soul pipe. Cool. Cool. Pow, pow, pow. Okay. Awesome. So here it is. It's soul surged. It's doing 10 a pop. In terms of the souls that we have, is there a way to view that? We've got Warden souls there. If we search Warden souls here, we've got them. So that's good. So I think it's working. Oh, I guess we can place another one there. Okay. We've got our speed add-ons. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We could make a thing that sort of shows us, like, how much we actually make. In fact, honestly, if we grab some chests, if we grab, like, 2 diamond chests, let's put some of this stuff away. Most of this stuff we can just magically pull out of our storage later. And we get some stack upgrades, potentially. Like, these ones are pretty good. We can sort of look at how much each thing's getting, I guess. So, how and where do I want to do this? Let's just do it here. So we've got 2 there. Currently, this guy's throwing everything in there. I think we want a second modular router. And I think what we do is we'll just turn that guy off and we'll set up a new one elsewhere. So what do we use here? We use puller and senders. So if I grab pullers, let's just empty them. There we go. We've got 2 pullers. And then we'll do the same for senders. We'll just get 2 fresh ones. Cool. So the left one, we want to go here. The right one, we want to go here. The left one, we want to pull from the thingy. Oh, from the thingy. And this one, the right one, we want to pull from that guy. And so then we want to go, we want to go modular router. We want to say, hey, left guy, do that. And we want to say, hey, right guy, do that. And then this guy, we want to say, hey, don't actually do anything. Let's search at modular, chuck that away so we can grab out a fresh stack. Then can I get a fresh stack of that? Cool. And then we will go pow, pow. And we will say a stack of you, please. And we'll grab a stack of that, which we can almost make. Sure, I'm wasting a lot of stuff probably. And then we'll go here and we'll do the same thing. Cool. Okay. So the right one is pulling from here, 10 at a time. As you can see. In fact, let's chuck in our stack upgrades. I think that'll be a much better representation. I mean, we could just hover over it. So this has 900, just about to hit 1,000. This has a little over 500, which lines up perfectly with this 1.95. I think that's pretty much accurate. So I kind of feel like if we just have, I mean, I guess it comes down to needing more ether, needing to supply infinite. I mean, it's just the ether. We've got water. We have a sink. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Okay. Well, let's leave that for now, because I happen to know, or I happen to have noticed that the essence that we had is not happening anymore. No, why is it not happening? Oh no, we're just not making that much. I thought it was stopped at 32k, but no, okay. It's just bad. How's this going? These are all filling up again a little bit. Oh well, a little bit. Okay, all right, that's fine. What we're gonna do is I'm going to make sure that we have room. Cool. And I'm going to start automating the inferium essences, so like all this stuff. So we're going to go like Insanium block and do all that. Prior to this, let's just put away most of the stuff. We'll pull most of this stuff back out later, I'm sure. Like, yeah, who cares? Who cares? We won't need that for a bit. Put those away, who cares? Cool. In fact, we automated sleep, so we don't even need that as well, allegedly. All right. You. Awesome. And then we want Insanium. Awesome. Now, Infusion Crystal is cool. This Master Infusion Crystal needs Supremium, so like we kind of just have to use Infusion Crystals at the moment. Relatively cheap to make, so shouldn't be a problem, but I guess just be aware of it. Do we have Prosperity Shards? Prosperity. We have some, I guess. Alright, we'll look into that before we order everything. How about that, to see if it's even achievable. So let's do that. Then we want this. What do we actually want? Hold on. Block is made. Which block recipe did we do? Insanium essence into a. Okay, yeah. Huh. Maybe I should do it the other way around. We've got Insanium essence, or inferium, sorry. We turn that into a block. Prudentium we make out of this essence. And then Prudentium. I guess we've already got the block recipe, so we might as well make it out of the block. This one uses a master. We have substitutions enabled. So it should use the alternative one, I guess. We'll find out pretty soon, I'm sure. Cool. So then we make this. We're going to need the block made. Well, we've already got the previous block, so we use that block. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I like that. It'll be cheaper recipes. So you won't have to craft as much inferium. Like using the crystal, I think. I think it works out that way. Either way, who cares? Who cares? And then we're good. No, not good. Need you. Cool. Need you. Cool. Now we're good. And then we've got the... Yeah, cool. That one we will alter to be this one, I guess. So all those are made. All those will go in here. And so then if I were to ask for an essence of Insanium, it will do it. And it will use infusion crystals. If I ask for, because I think most of them, to be honest, were the blocks, Insanium block, it will ask for an infusion crystal, a master. So we do actually need to change that, sadly. Master, unless they do need masters. I don't think they do, but perhaps maybe the block recipes do need masters. I didn't think about that. Yeah, look at that. It looks like they do. Okay, well, we don't want to do that. So we will edit each of these recipes to use the other form. That's fair, I guess. Boom. Cool. The other thing with the master is it doesn't actually use durability. So it's really, really good once you get it. Which, I mean, arguably, we should have left those recipes and just ordered enough to make it. If I want to block, look at the calculations it has to do. Not that much, but, you know, we have to use 9,000 essence. And it looks like 7 crystals. Okay. And we don't have the crafting to do that. So, if we want a master crystal, which we do, we will need 4 supremium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which we can do. So let's do that. I'll order 4. We might need a little bit more though, because we also need a supremium gem, I think it was. Which is this guy here, supremium gemstone. And that's going to be 2 more. So we'll order... Oh, well. We'll order 2 more. Cool. And so it should be doing that. Now, these recipes, as you can see, lots of stuff that needs to happen. But, I mean, it's doing them. Which is pretty cool. And then I will probably change all of those recipes I just made to use the Master Infusion Crystal, I guess. Cool. Okay. So, well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to actually craft it. I want to craft it for real, for real. Oh, which needs a gem, which needs a prosperity gem, which is that. Cool. So that, into that, into that, into this. I'll grab it just so that the game knows I have one, I guess. And then, ta-da! Cool. Now you can smith it to be eternal, but I'm pretty sure it already is eternal. Unless I'm incredibly mistaken, but I thought it was. We're going to hold on to it as well, because we're going to change all of the... Well, I'm pretty sure we only need to change the bricks, because the rest allow substitutes. So they shouldn't actually care about using that. Is at least my sort of thought here. It should be only the blocks that need to change. Huh. Oh, and then that recipe. Cool. All right. I'll be back. I guess I didn't need to change these before. All right. So we've got all that in there. Let's now search Insanium. And so now the recipe only uses 12,000 bytes instead of the 21,000, which means it fits into our 16K crafty doohickey. Because although it still needs the same amount of essence, goes straight into blocks, and then you're just dealing with a quarter of the crafts. So, what does that actually mean? What do we want to do? I do think that we want to make all of that obsolete and just make an Insanium B, which means we need to do this whole B thing again. So, and part of the reason we need to do that and that it's not efficient to do anything else is that for whatever reason, there's no like seed. You know, I mean, you can't just grow Insanium. You have to grow the inferium. Yeah. And so, hold on, if we just go back again. Actually, no, yeah, you remember that block. That block was 9,000 inferium total. And we get this from combs. We get, it's only a 10% chance, but 4 of them. A 10% chance to get 9,000 inferium. And I know stats don't work this way, but consider that we process 10 combs. It's almost a guarantee that you'll get 9,000, right? And like, maybe inferium can do that, but like, we stood there for a tiny bit, and we got up to like, what, 2,000, 1,500 or something? So how do we actually want to pull this off? Well, first off, we need Prospera-Bees. Now, Prospera-Bees, I think, use crystalline bees. So the Prospera-Bee itself, you get from converting a crystalline bee with a prosperity block. So let's make some prosperity blocks while we can. We've got 3. That's enough that we can actually do something. Great. If you need more prosperity, there's ores, allegedly. Cool. Is there any other cheesy way to get them? Obviously, there's the bee, which is what we'll have to do for a bit. Otherwise, it's just the ores, looks like. Okay, cool. And then crystalline bee, we might have one. We do. Crystalline bee. Yay. All right, now this guy is an adult. Now, the problem is I've only got 1 of him. Whereas if we just simply had 2, you know, we could get more. No crystalline bee. No crystalline bee. Okay. I think it is worth getting another one, so I will jump into the nether. We'll use our waystone. And we'll just get another one. You know, we'll just one more. We'll just get one more. It's fine. Just one more. Bum, bum, bum. I hope you guys have been having fun. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. We horrifically, one of the SSDs on our server died. That SSD was entirely for the All the Mods 10 public server that we have for our community. And yeah, so it was actually horrible. Oh God, speaking of horrible, I had just recorded half of a checking out base video. As in, I looked at half of the base and I was like, this is awesome. I'm a little bit sick. I'm going to have to record the rest later. And it's impossible. It's gone. The SSD died. We're probably going to try to see if we can get it restored. I don't know if it'll ever be up again because I don't know how long it'll take or how much it'll cost or anything. As in that world. We've already got a replacement server running. Sorry, one second. Yeah, we've already got the server back up, but it's just completely reset the world, the player data. Like, we lost everything. And we've since set it up running RAID, so hopefully if a drive dies, we don't lose any data. Allegedly. And I think that's where we're at. I think we can lose one drive and everything still works, and then we just replace that one drive, but we would have had to replace the drive anyway, but the benefit is we don't lose the world again. But I might try to recover the world, if not for anything else other than like my personal, like if I want to check out a, like I was so sad. The bases were so sick, but so was I. No, but the bases were dope. And I feel so bad that they're gone. So I'd love to get them back so that at some point, like I won't lie, in my mind I'm like, hey, if something happens and I'm like, I'm either old and like retired, or like I'm sick and like bedridden, you know what I mean, or like just stuck at a desk for the rest of my life, these worlds that we have and the backups that we have of them are just like, it's just endless bases to look at, just non-stop. Like it's so cool. And at some point I'd love to release them again, you know what I mean, either make some copies and host them as archived worlds, or if our community is big enough and people actually play on the old packs, like we could keep them up and stuff. But yeah, yeah, God, so sad. All right, what are we actually doing here? We need a nest, which for starters, do we not have a nest? Oh my, no, that's the stuff, right? Yeah, okay. Nest is empty. I need a thing. I thought we had interdimensional inventory. We apparently don't. Let's get, do you think it's just honey treats? I don't actually know. I don't remember. Let's see. No. Okay. That's fine. That's not fine. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. We need a cage as well, so we would have had to come back anyway. Cool. And then, crystalline B, it is just quartz. Awesome. And check out this. We have quartz. Alright. If I can get the B made this episode, I think that would be sick. I don't know if we can. As in, like, the final product B. I really don't know if we can. We'll try. I think, I don't actually know what I think, to be honest. I think we can do them faster with the upgrades we have in these machines over here, in the actual, like, bee breeding machines. I think it's not as bad as it has been in the past because we have these sick upgrades. For example, breeding this bee I have, these bees, I think it's insanely fast from memory. So if we grab flowers, what do we actually have? We allegedly have the ability to do sunflowers infinitely, but did we have a different flower that we were using? We have poppies from our iron farms. So we can actually chuck those in there. Like, that's ridiculous. Oh my God, it's so good. It's genuinely so good. Now, currently, they just go into the storage, and then I've got to export them here. So if we search crystalline bee, it's ridiculous. Oh my God, there's a lot of variations, I will say. Can I just say, put in crystalline bee? Did we put a fuzzy in there? Because, I mean, I think it put one in already, but it's just, it was pointless. Because there's so many different types. Let's see. If I remove an acceleration and chuck in a fuzzy. Okay, it just puts in bee cages. We don't want that. We want... No, that doesn't really help either. Yeah. No, it just... Well... Okay. Sure. I mean, these are adults going in there. Okay, well, it didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but it also kind of did in a weird way because I think all the crystalline bees are probably adults now. Oh, no. I will say as well, one benefit is that they are so insanely fast, like this machine, that I kind of can just take them out and manually place them in. You know what I mean? Especially if we had like a hopper. It actually wouldn't be that bad. I will say, I'm not doing too well in the honey tree department. Oh, I just ruined it. Honey, I can't spell. Honey treats. Can I get 1,000 of you? Cool. Awesome. I don't know if that actually helps, but we can, a boy can pretend. Cool. Let's chuck that in there. Cool. Crystalline, crystalline. Awesome. Okay, so we now have crystalline bees. We only need 2. What we want to do is we want to place these down, do that, pick them up, place down, do that, pick them up. Now, both of these bees are productivity normal. In the perfect world, these would be different. If we go at productivity, productive bees or whatever, we don't actually have any. Interesting. We want them to be very high productivity. That way we get more bang for our buck when we squish them. The problem is we don't have much. We don't have much at all. We have 1. Allegedly 1 very high productivity. We do have more bees in here, and these are all very high productivity, so we might be able to. We'll get them placed in there and squish them. Oh, actually, there was some stuff in here as well, I guess. Cool. Okay. Is it done? No. It's doing its best. Are any of these very high productivity? Oh, we have a second. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So, we now grab our honey treats. We combine them to get our very high productivity. Cool. We grab our bees. We close that. We go bee. We do that. We pick him up. He's now very high productivity. Place him. Right click. I think I got him. Very high productivity. Cool. So these will breed and they should only produce very high productivity offspring. So we chuck in our prosperity bee. We search for our poppies. We grab 2. We grab our cages. We craft 200. Very nice. And we chuck them in. Cool. Chuck them in. Oh, unbreedable. Okay, they're not breedable. That means if we want more, we actually have to make them using crystalline bees. Okay, unless like it says they can't breed amongst themselves. Sure. Okay. I think that just must be it. Well, anyhow, let's get a stack of crystalline bees. I'm sure that'll pay off at some point. Cool. So what do we want to do? These guys are all pretty good. This guy does have a block upgrade. He's got alpha. He's got good stuff. Let's search prosperity. Oh, well, I've just got them on me, right? What am I doing? Prosperity. Let's break this. Let's get a... Can I get another feeding slab? Feeding slab. No, don't use that. Are you kidding me? Talk about a waste. Jeez Louise. What's happening here? What? Don't I have infinite birch? We've got a decent amount of birch. Ah. We need to change some recipes. That is horrific. We need a... Oh my god. Okay. What needs to change? This needs to change, and this needs to change. Possibly. This one, I'm going to allow substitutes. I don't know if we have wood that we don't want it to use, but guess what? I don't care anymore. We'll cross that bridge in 2 minutes when we need to. Chuck them in. Cool. What we will do as well is go to our requester. Neither of these ones. I guess the one upper floor. That totally exists. That totally... Alright, we'll get a requester. Requester. Boom. Requester. Power. Awesome. Cool. Okay, and we will order chests to be maintained in the system. We will order chests. We will grab a chest. Because apparently we don't have that magical power within us. Come on. Chest. Amount to stock. 100. Why not? Order one at a time? Sure. As long, you know what? I'll even help you out. Because once we have 100, we'd probably only use like a few chests at a time. So like in terms of keeping it maintained, one at a time's fine. Okay, awesome. So hopefully it doesn't do that ever again. Oh, what a waste. Alright. But we have a feeding slab now. So we can chuck that there. Open it up. And now this guy is just bigger. So we can chuck in our prosperity block. We can chuck in our 2 prosperity bees that are both very high productivity, which in hindsight is kind of a waste now because, you know, we're not going to be able to crush that for stuff, but, actually is quite annoying. Hold on. I can't get in the door. Is there a better, I mean, we've got one more. Do we have any... Do we have any more ancient bees? We don't have much, eh? These are both very high productivity. Alright. Let's make some more. Let's make some more. Let's grab cages. Cool. And let's remove you to ancient bee, chuck in those, chuck in that. They might even go directly in, if they're smart enough. They're not. Okay. But if I search ancient, cool. I'll keep those on me, but ancient bee, awesome. Chuck them in there. Awesome. So then most of those we will just squish. In fact, I'll be honest, that's probably enough that we've just done. I imagine. Crystalline bee, cool. I'll hold on to them for now. Ancient bee, cool. I'll chuck in these ones. Alright. That'll all sort. This thing, by the way, still needs, like, I mean, come on. Like, what's going on here? This thing is just a mess and a half. But it does work. So we can grab these 2. Pretty much do the same thing that we did before. Just with crystalline bees so that at least we're getting something out of it. I didn't want to do that. You would think at some point my brain would evolve into thinking. And yet it does not. Okay, come on. Because we're going to be crushing prosperity bees, is my point that I've been trying to get to, but just couldn't quite think. Cage, thank you. Cool, cool, cage, cool, cool. Okay, you become that, become that. So, crystalline bee, very high productivity, wonderful. You become that, become that. Okay, and then they can go back in there. We'll grab more cages, we'll grab more poppies, and we will repeat the cycle. Cool. Okay, so, the follow-up. What's happening here? That guy's making stuff, awesome. We're gonna have to add the combs to be processed, which I believe still happens here, so we'll jump in this. Search prosperity comb block we want, so we'll chuck that there, click this, make sure it's put in the stack in. So once it does this plastic and the ender, it should hopefully at some point do the prosperity. Awesome. Cool. We can do that because we're sick. That gives us plenty of prosperity to make more blocks. To make more prosperity bees. Cool. You guys following? So, what we do next is, well, I mean, once again, we probably just have enough. Let's search crystal. So these are our crystalline bees. As you can see, we've got some very high productivity ones that we can chuck in here to make them into adults. Because they're obviously all child bees currently. Cool. They are all here, also adults. Nope, not those ones, but we can level them up as well. Those ones. There we go. Cool. These ones are adult. Awesome. And so, I will say, I don't really know. Like, I obviously want to transform them by clicking them with these, but it's such a messy process. I kind of want to automate it. Like, I think we can get a catcher, one of these, and we can definitely put a filter on it. Yeah, so we need an upgrade base, which needs whatever that stuff is. It's this, pollen puff. Pollen puff you can get from bees, or you can trade it, or you can probably just get it from going into one of these, I imagine. Okay, let's grab some pearls. We have our teleporty stuff on us. Let's just go into here and hope there's some pollen puff balls that we can get. These are porous thingies. Do these have our puff balls? No, they have honeycomb. Okay. I don't know if I did that. I probably did that. I think that's how you escape. Cool. Okay. I totally remember that this is what the place looked like. Bee bread. Okay. Sure. Sugar water. Nice. This is all sugar water, I think. I've kind of already forgotten what I actually want. What are you? Honey slime. Okay. Pollen puff. I don't know. What's up here? Hold on. Honey blocks. Honeycomb brood block. Filled porous honey blocks. Okay, these have little dudes in them as well. What's this stuff? Glowing comb? Okay. Sure. What's this stuff? Honeycomb. Makes sense. There's a lot of that. This thing looks crazy as well. I mean, I guess they all look like this, right? This is some spawners. You can't fly in there. It's some sort of boss room. Sure. No, I don't know. I feel dumb because I don't know where I've gotten this. I mean, it looks like you get them from bees doing bee stuff. I guess I just don't have any bees that make that doing stuff. I'll just check up here. I see like some amethyst or something. Or it's like a flower, a flowering tree or something. Cherry leaves, little cherry place. Carvable wax. Okay. This is cute. I don't know if there's a purpose to it, but it's there. Honey web. Not gonna lie, sounds a little bit scary. Oh, it's difficult to mine. Can I go through it? I can. Okay, I think that we just go back home and, I don't know, try to figure out how to actually get it. So, we want, it's, what, like what? It's not even called porous. What am I trying to do right now? I'm trying to get a filter. I'm trying to get this filter. Which need, wait, what am I trying to get? I've got a catcher. Hold on. And I want this, which needs a honey treat. And we were using pollen puff for honey treats. I see. But honey treats can be made out of anything. Ta-da! Okay. Sure. So let's change the recipe for honey treats. I think that's probably just the easiest. I don't really know. I don't really know what the other thing is. I'll be real with you. Honey treat, pollen puff. Yeah, let's reverse engineer the honey treat so that we're not using pollen puff. Cool. Sure, you can go in there. Honey treats are back on the menu. As you can see, wonderful. We have some ourselves as well, which is great. Some bread can go in there, dirt, sure. We want filter, which needs upgrade base, done, which gives us filter, awesome. I just used a book and quill. I hope that wasn't someone's like awesome book they wrote me. Whoops, whoops. We then, what do we want to do? We want the catcher here, right? He's cool. We definitely want range for him. We don't want all of them to be ranged. Right-click entities to add them to the filter. So what we want to do is we want to get a prosperity bee, filter him, capture him, chuck him in the thingy thing. So we're going to place you, right-click you, pick you up. Prosperity. I didn't do it over here because I think without a filter, he just picks them up willy-nilly. So if we do that, and then I place this guy, well, then he goes in there and he's useless. Okay. You should have done the thing. Can I... Speed can work on a... Not on a catcher. Advanced BI incubator. Okay. Foundry controller. Foundry controller. Honey generator. Foundry controller. Stripper. Sawmill. Huh? Foundry controller. This? Productive metalworks. I guess. Oh, cool. Okay. Sure. Why doesn't this catch the stuff? Oh, it did. Okay, cool. So... Honestly, if the second one goes into that thing, I don't think it's the end of the world. Oh, I don't actually have an extra. Cool. These aren't the same now because he went outside once. Alright, so now we have prosperity bees. We chuck them in here. And activate this. They leave their little house, and they go there. We should probably also top this guy up. Cool. Let's unleash more. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good. So, the idea is that these gene samples, some will be prosperity. So this one is 19, and hopefully we get enough that we get at least 100, but we might even have enough for 2, and that would be pretty cool. It's trying. We could also do this manually. We could also, there's probably other ways we could automate this, I'm sure, but when it works, this is, I think, the best way to do it. Stuff's dancing around. We got a 65 up there. That's pretty good. We do have a 100. And I think that is it. We've got 100. Okay, so. Okay. Cool. We have an incubator here. We want to get an egg. Wait, we really don't have egg. Oh, there we go. We want to get an egg. We might have power issues because we're outputting a lot of power. I'm not certain on that. FE. It says it's fine. All right. We then want to honey treat with this guy for a prosperity. We want to chuck this in here and we get a prosperity bee spawn egg. This guy then needs to go through an altar. Now, I don't have an altar built, or if I do, I don't remember where it is. So we'll probably just attempt to make a new one. And we'll do it here because why not? So if we click on like this, for example, we need an infusion pedestal and infusion altar. And these all need red wool. So that should be doable because we do have poppies. We also have roses, but the poppies, I mean, we've got an insane amount of, so why not? So let's get a couple of these. Awesome. So one infusion altar goes in the middle, and then 8 of these guys go around the sides. If you place down the infusion altar, it shows you where to place the rest, assuming you don't have a different block there, like that torch. We can do all that, that, and that. Cool. And now it's ready. So that guy can go there. We can also get a lever. Let's get 100 of them built. We only need 1. We need to apply redstone to the infusion altar to start it. So like once you put the ingredients in, you can hit a button or something, or you can just leave it on. Then we need everything else. So we can go mystical. Now, if we work backwards, that would be the best, assuming we have the stuff. And it looks like we do. So in the perfect world, I guess we make 1 at a time. But yeah, oh, I think the system is turning off and on. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting based on the recipe just dying there. Is that because this guy's empty? Yes. Okay. And that's because this guy is insane. I think that what we can do is we can probably break that. They will now no longer go as fast, which means they won't use as much power, which means not a problem. These should start filling up. Well, they should start thinking about filling up. Whether or not they will, well, you know. But yeah, so we'll see how we go, I guess. We don't have to do this first, I guess. Like if I cancel this, yeah, that's fine. So let's grab 4 of this. 4 of this, and so it's just 4 of each. So like, next is probably Prudentium. So we'll get 4 of these, and then we will attempt to get 4 of these. And it looks like it is using the crystals. I don't really care. 4 of these, and then we want. I can't even see what just happened. Oh, the orange ones. We want 4 of these. Cool. Grab that. Grab that. After that is blue. So we want 4 of these, please. And then 4 of these, please. And yeah, so they'll get a little bit harder each time we go, I guess. You don't have to alternate them like the recipe shows. You can just place them as long as all the ingredients are on the pedestals. As you can see, magic happens. And there we go. So now we'll try the next one. So next one is dark green. Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes you have to take them off and place them back on. Because although visually there's only 1 storage slot, I believe there's an input and an output. So you can automate the like collection of the finished goods. Because of the way that works. Cool. So we also have blue. And then next is red. So let's get that stuff ordering because it'll probably take a while. So we'll order that. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. Pow, 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 pow. There we go. Ta-da! And then we wait. Honestly, we kind of just have to. In terms of power usage, it still looks pretty bad, doesn't it? It looks like we're not really able to do it. Now, all of these have the food required. We have plenty more of the food. Let's get some more. Culinary generators. We'll order one and see where we go from there. Oh, we do have blue already that we can use, I guess. La-da-da-da-da. Pow, 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 pow. Cool. Red's still on its way. Yep. Awesome. I think the culinary's done as well. I think I'll just continue this like around the world setup that we've got going on. Does this lead to water? It does. But I can kind of just do that. And then it's kind of not a problem. So let's do... Can I just magically get one? Nope. Ender Cell Spirited. Ender Cell Spirited. We can apparently just order. Cool. Doesn't take too long. Very nice. Pow. So that guy can go there. He's already hooked up. And he should already be getting the good stuff. Cool. And so let's search culinary. And just get another one. Ah, we need eggs. Eggs! That should be okay. We might have eggs over here that we can grab. Nope, we've already got them hooked up possibly. Because I think we have 100... No, we don't. Okay. Sure. Cool. We do only have one chicken. I do see a world where we have a second chicken. Yeah, basically. Might as well, you know, speed this up a little bit. Now, we don't need too many chickens. We don't want to get too crazy, but I reckon a couple more. Sure. Alright. Cool. So now do we have more eggs in here? Awesome. And then what does that mean for us? That means maybe another culinary generator. We need one egg. We need a singular egg. Bring me egg. Culinary. Perfect. Cool. Alright. Now I think the red is done. So let's go back to mystical. Let's continue ordering that stuff. We've got one. We want another one. Awesome. Oh, it used the red to make that one. That doesn't count. That doesn't. Okay. Ah, that doesn't count at all. Hold on. Hold on. Chuck that in there. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Cancel it. 4 of you. It should be instant. We have the stuff. Why are you crafting all that? Just... Oh, yeah, he doesn't know. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Cool. Alright, you can go back to trying to craft that stuff that's too difficult to craft. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the question is the Insanium. What are our thoughts? Well, to be honest, I might be able to speed these things up. Like the guy's actually crafting this. So, they're being crafted here. As you can see. If I do that... Oh, I can't. Huh. But can I do it on this? No. Oh, okay. Cool. No, you just have to wait your turn, I guess. We've got speed upgrades. What we can actually do is search molecular. Get 3 more of these. And where are we actually crafting this? It's this guy here. Cool. So we can actually chuck them on the sides. And that should do something. Essentially. So, if I break this. Ugh. And place that there. It's online. And it should get used, I would have thought. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, didn't really want that to happen. Does that go online too? Awesome. Let's search acceleration cards. Oh, it looks like the recipe is done as well. Anyway, but accelerate. Sandstone. At mystical. And we want more. So I click this. And now, is it even faster? Well, it still looks like it's only using this guy. It should at least use one of the other ones. Blocking. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because our computers are too weak. They've only got like one. No, they've got 2 coprocessors. I would have thought that lets you do more stuff. But it's still awfully slow. Okay. What we might be able to do is get another thing. Another infusion crystal. I think that might be possible. Alright, it is ready. So we will make another one, chuck it in there. Cool. And now if I order one, and then if I order another one, we can. And so that should be good. And then I'm guessing if we go and check, it might actually be using a different thing. Maybe. No, it really doesn't care. I mean, it could be using the one above, but I think the point is that there's so many different crafting jobs you can do at once. So the real play, to be honest, would probably have been to make this guy compact as well. Because then they're just ready. You know what I mean? Like, if this was just a compacting drawer, it would already skip that whole crafting them into blocks. Which, as you can see, is clearly a strong process. Now, the reason why I don't really care at the moment is because we're going to be making a B that just makes the end game product. You know what I mean? So, yeah, take your time, you know? Craft the blocks. It's alright. Yeah, and that should work out pretty well. So, at Mystical, we have our 2. We allegedly are crafting 2 more, which is great. We do also want 4 of these to be crafted, which I don't know if that's doable. Oh, it's doable. Sure. Yeah, cool. It actually does tell you as well. Oh no, it tells you how long it's taken. Cool. This is, I think, meant to be an estimate of how long it's going to take. It's clearly... It's close in terms of what it's doing, but yeah, okay. So that's going to be 30 seconds. These will be like 10 seconds. And then we will have what we want. So we'll go pow, pow. Let's make sure he's ready to go. Any day now. Oh, and they have like a little rainbow when they're being made. Little like the crafting controller, the controller dude, you know? All right, 2 of those done. Pow and pow. And then these are just around the corner, I think. 20 seconds. And victory will be ours. And then I'll call that a success, I think. Ba, ba, ba. What else? I don't know if there is anything else. This is the foundry. Productive Metalworks. Oh, look at that. Oh. I can't even begin to try to think about how that's going to work. What do we even have? I forgot we had that. All these little projects that we set up. Fluid extractor that we, I guess, didn't end up using. Come on. We got 1. Quest complete. We got 2. 3. And 4. Nice. Okay, so pow, pow, and pow. Now, we do actually need another block. I kind of forgot because we need to give it a flower, right? But there we go. Insanium bee spawn egg. How cool is that? So these can all go away. We'll grab this. We've got a honey treat on us. That should be good. While that's crafting, let's get this guy upgraded to be very high productivity. So let's open this. Very high productivity. There we go. We've got quite a few. That's very nice. Pow and pow. Very high productivity. We have our bee cage. Awesome. So, we'll go pow, we'll go pow, we'll go pow. And that is now very high. It's diurnal, meaning it works during the day. Do we have any meta-ernals? So the yellow ones are what we want. Diurnal, nocturnal, nocturnal, diurnal, nocturnal. The reason I say this is because we had a bee that was nocturnal. Or was meta-ernal. Yeah, these guys. I'm surprised we can't crunchy, crunchy, yum, yum, yum. You know? Let's chuck him in and give it a go. Maybe they lose that when they turn into prosperity bees. Maybe. Oh, well, I guess we can check in here, right? Oh, yeah, look at that. Meta-ernal. Awesome. And so we can probably just manually craft one. So if we chuck those in, becomes 96. Add in a 23. You guessed it, 100%. Combine that here. And so this guy will work day and night, meaning even if our day-night thing is clearly broken at the moment, it shouldn't matter. It should still work. So we'll chuck you there, do that. And he's now meta-ernal, very high productivity. Bada bingy, bada boom. The Insanium block. Oh, just finished, actually. Insanium block. Ha 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 ha. Okay. And where does he go? Well, I chucked 2 in there. I think that guy's locked and loaded. Yep. This guy here, I mean, he doesn't have the greatest upgrades, but I mean, he's pretty much ready to go. Let's go feeding slab. Don't make it out of the wrong thing. Very nice. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Cool. So, he does have block. He has simulation in terms of productivity. In terms of productivity, I don't know. We can make some, I guess. Productivity alpha, sure. Can we make another one? I think easily. Sure. Okay. So, oh, those were speed upgrades. They'll now be productivity upgrades. And I will now chuck in our Insanium B and our Insanium block. And then what I will do is I will pow, 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 pow. And as you can see, we get combs. And then, if we just come back over here, we should be able to put it to the test. So let's search Insanium, comb, chuck it in, boom, set it to a stack. So it's already processed them all. As you can see, we already got 4. Forget anything else. Well, remember some things. Why is it not? This guy's not even working. In fact, oh, because there's no empty spot. I need to sacrifice one. What don't we really care about anymore? Kind of lapis, to be honest. But yeah, so now stuff can go away, including the slime and stuff. Okay, cool. So, we just got 4 Insanium. We just got... One moment, please. We just got 4,000 inferium. How cool. Oh, and when we get lucky, we get so much more. That is ridiculous, is it not? Well, done. Done. So that's actually going to be really good when we want to make other seeds. Some seeds need them. Pretty much for anything, to be honest. To the point where this guy that we practiced with, I mean, he's probably filled this up. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Kind of not needed. So, yeah, I think that's it, to be honest. I think we've sort of wrapped up there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. I don't really know. In terms of thumbnail, there's not really much to... We made the bee, you know? I guess that's the thumbnail is B made, B acquired. Insanium B. F2. Oh my god, there's even so much that just haven't been taken out. If I chuck that in... Oh my lord. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series. Sorry about the delay in episodes, the gap between, and just the infrequency at the moment. I do apologize. Hopefully you still enjoy when they do pop up. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. I do have my browser still open from earlier. Let's just double check. Thank you to everyone who supported the channel. And thank you as well to just the community being as community as you are. and what I mean by that is the server dying was so sad. But like you guys were all like, it's alright. Like some people that were playing literally like that day and they had insane bases. They were like, yeah, it's okay. We'll build again. Thanks for hosting. And it's like, what? Really? Like, you guys are so nice. So, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, Final13, and Space Trooper John. Thank you guys for supporting this channel with those memberships and whatnot. Thank you to our tier 1s and tier 2s, of course. And thank you for watching. And thank you for watching the ads, if that's something you've done. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.